Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I've got for you guys tonight is going to make you smile, because something that went under the radar and is not being addressed is a big victory for us, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think about this one, because this is how we win incrementally day by day. And I thank you so much in advance for sending this out to spread that cheer everywhere. And the content tonight is brought to you by USCCA. Now, this is an organization that is dedicated to the responsible gun owner to not only save lives, to avoid danger, but keep your family safe. Just a few of the membership benefits that they offer: having the ability to get to your gun in a pinch and deploy it effectively, having a plan for your family should the worst thing go wrong, also looking at all the tapestry of carry laws that would help you be a legal gun owner to protect yourself and avoid danger, as we mentioned before. They have a 365-day money-back guarantee. It's a bulletproof guarantee, and there are some special things going on right now if you sign up in the month of November. Thank you so much to USCCA, and again, think about avoiding danger, saving your lives, and protecting your family, and that is what this is all about. Thank you again, and now let's get into this, because guys, this is something that didn't get a lot of press. And keep in mind, while I set this up, I want to reiterate, this is all because Mike Johnson is the Speaker of the House. I don't know about Kevin McCarthy, but because of Mike Johnson. Check this out. This is something that happened in a back room, in a corner that the gun controllers were relegated to because the Republicans said, no, not happening. All right, check this out. Nationwide gun emergency discussed by U.S. House Democrats at roundtable meeting. Now, this broke yesterday, and it didn't really break, so to speak, because no one covered it, because it was a non-issue, because it was not in any kind of committee. These guys tried to get it onto a House committee. The speakership said that's not happening. The leadership said that's not happening. And they had to go hold their own meeting in a corner with no official, any type of committee presence. This is why you hold the positions of power, because Mike Johnson can say that ain't happening. It's not on any of the committees, Judiciary Committee, nothing. They're sitting in a corner complaining about the things that they can't change because they're infringing on the Second Amendment, the way it should be. Now, let me get this, because again, this is how you win incrementally, all right? Washington. U.S. House Democrats held a Monday roundtable forum on changing U.S. gun laws following a recent mass shooting in Maine. You guys know all about that. The top Democrat on the committee, Representative Jamie Raskin of Maryland, he's a peach, by the way, invited witnesses to discuss gun violence solutions and said that the gun lobby industry, the National Rifle Association, and Republicans push back against gun reform. It's not against gun reform, you twit. It's around your incessant need to infringe upon things that you can't control. That's what we're pushing back on against, because it's a constitutional right, and you just can't seem to get that, and so you're going to push it as far as you can, even in your little lurking dark corners where you invite all the gun control who's who because you can't get a committee placement. That's the entire point here. If Mike Johnson was not the representative or the chair of the House of Representatives, this may have gone differently. They've pushed them into the corner. Understand that's what this is. Now, let me keep going. And by the way, little sub note, just want to throw this out there. I could have sworn that we just did an article from Giffords.org saying the NRA was completely dead. And yet here is Jamie Raskin, the representative leading this little committee in the corner, who's saying it's the NRA's fault in gun lobby. Like, you can't have it both ways. Just saying. They always do this. But anyway, let's continue. Get a little spicy tonight. Some of these witnesses include gun safety advocates, educators, survivors of gun violence, and people who seek to intervene in community violence. Quote, there is a light at the end of the tunnel with this issue, Democratic Representative Maxwell Alejandro Frost of Florida said. Quote, the gun lobby is more afraid now more than ever as they say a multiracial, multi-generational army of Americans who are not willing to relent from the demand for common sense gun reform. As he said, lurking in the corner in a room that no one even knows where to find because they were denied any type of microphone. Understand that's what's happening right here, and they're trying to make light of it as, look, we're really making the NRA scary and that gun lobby scared, and they're all afraid. Really? Well, since we're going to talk about Representative Alejandro Frost, who's tied to March for Our Lives, Davy Hogg's group, by the way, you're telling me that all the multiracial, multi-generational adoption of gun control outpaces the unprecedented buying of multi-diverse groups, of multi-age groups, of multi-sexes that have not done this before? Yeah, there's also something else growing in the United States, and that's the adoption of gun ownership. their narrative is failing because all they can do is stay on the ARs. They can't go to handguns because handguns are insanely unpopular to ban. So they got to go to ARs. They're not even talking about it. They're going from the same well of the NRA dark lobby is scared while they don't even have a microphone in the corner. That's the important piece, all right? The corner committee, that's what we're going to call it right now. And this is the last thing I've got for you. And they even say it right here. Democrats said they opted to organize the roundtable after being turned down in their request for a formal hearing to Republicans who control the chamber. Quote, "We could not convince the majority to have a hearing about the state of a nation with respect to gun violence," Raskin said. Following the mass shooting in Maine, GOP House Speaker Mike Johnson of Louisiana pushed back on Democrats' call for gun control measures and argued the appropriate response was prayer. He also said mental health. He also said address the criminality. He said a lot of things, but that's a little bit of a hit piece point right there. But the big thing here is the GOP stopped them, put them in the corner so they couldn't get microphone points to blast out their constituencies to get reelected, because that's what this is. The committee in a corner is just that, a bunch of gun controllers with no one on the opposing side to have a conversation, whining and moaning in a corner because they didn't get a committee placement for their gun control desires when all they're trying to do is utilize it to further their political careers and ambitions. This is why Mike Johnson just got a letter in his inbox from 850 pages of signatures from you guys encouraging him to defend our Second Amendment rights. That's what this is all about. We are changing it. We are making moves forward, and we are going to continue every single day. And that is why we are here together. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.